Ben 10.
Ben 10 is an American media franchise created by Man of Action and produced by Cartoon Network Studios. The franchise is about a boy who acquires a watch-like alien device, called the Omnitrix, that allows him to turn into alien creatures. The Ben 10 franchise received wide critical acclaim and won 3 Emmy Awards. It also has grossed over $2 billion in retail sales in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, EMEA, and has sold 100 million toys worldwide.
Series. Original series.
10-year-old Benjamin Tennyson finds an alien device out in the woods, the Unimatrix, Omnitrix for short, which allows him to turn into 10 different alien species: Wildmutt, Four-Arms, Grey Matter, XLR8, Upgrade, Demonted, Ripjaws, Stinkfly, Ostfreak, and Hetblast. Throughout his summer vacation, traveling the world in the Rust Bucket with his grandpa Max and his cousin Gwen Tennyson, Ben fights crime and evil aliens with his new powers, gaining the ability to turn into 9 more aliens: Cannonbolt, Wildvine, Blitzwolfer, Snarrow, Frankenstrike, Ditto, Upchuck, Guy, and Way Big.
Alien Force.
5 years after the original series, Ben has apparently taken off the Omnitrix, but, when his grandpa Max goes missing, he puts it back on, which reboots it and gives Ben a new set of 10 aliens: Swampfire, Echo Echo, Humongosaur, Jatray, Big Chill, Spider Monkey, Goop, Brainstorm, Chromastone, and Alien X. Ben's old enemy, Kevin 11, had somehow escaped the Null Void, but has now become, mostly, reformed and joins Ben's team. Vilgax returns later to defeat Ben and take revenge.
Ultimate Alien.
Several weeks after the end of Alien Force, Ben now has the Ultimate Unimatrix Ultimate Omnitrix Ultimatrix, which allows him to evolve his aliens into more powerful forms, as he can transform into 6 Ultimate Aliens. Even though it was advertised that Ben now has all of his old forms, this doesn't really happen until Ben 10,000 returns. Ben 10,000 also gives Ben all Ultimate Aliens. After Ben gets home to his family, he also has many new aliens that he has to try and fight evil with.
Omniverse.
After Ultimate Alien, Ben gets a new Omnitrix along with a new set of aliens. While Gwen and Kevin go off to college, Ben is ready to become a solo superhero. But Max pairs him up with a by-the-book rookie plumber, Rook Blanco. Max sends Ben and Rook to investigate a hidden alien city. Meanwhile, Ben is targeted by an intergalactic bounty hunter named Kyber. Ben later meets new villains and has a secret about his alien feedback.
Elements of the franchise. Omnitrix Ultimatrix New Omnitrix Nemetrix.
Falling accidentally into the hands of Ben Tennyson, Azimuth HSD originally intended for Max Tennyson to wield it but ended up in Ben's due to him being a close genetic match to Max, the original Omnitrix, its later upgrade to the Ultimatrix, and the improved version that is the new Omnitrix are the central elements of the Ben 10 story. They are all alien devices of Level 20 technology developed by Azimuth that transform the user into any one of a number of alien beings, originally 1,900,000, but the number has increased by 11 because of the transformations that have been unlocked throughout the series via the scan mode of every version of the Omnitrix. Despite many seeing the Omnitrix as a weapon, its true purpose was to allow the diverse beings of the universe to understand each other by walking in each other's shoes, and to resurrect all of the intelligent sapient species in the universe that may go extinct, including the human race. Both of these facts are revealed in the Alien Force episode War of the Worlds. The second function cannot be achieved by the Ultimatrix, because of Albedo's self-obsessed and non-humanitarian ideals, and it is not yet confirmed if the new Omnitrix can achieve it, as well. The Omnitrix appears in the first 2 incarnations of the franchise, Ben 10 and Ben 10, Alien Force, and the Ultimatrix in the 3rd incarnation, Ben 10, Ultimate Alien. And in the final episode of Ultimate Alien, Azimuth takes the Ultimatrix from Ben and replaces it with the 4th incarnation, the new Omnitrix, the original and ultimate versions having only been prototypes, and yet the new Omnitrix has all of the same issues as its predecessors. However, in Omniverse, Azimuth reveals that Ben's habit of slamming his hand on the Omnitrix's core and inadvertently the scroll pad, randomizes the timeout function, causing Ben to sometimes transform back to normal much earlier than expected or transform to a random alien, resulting in a mistransformation. In Ben 10, Omniverse, the Nemetrix, a knockoff of the original Omnitrix, is introduced. Unlike the Omnitrix and its succeeding models, the Nemetrix uses the DNA of the natural predators of the sentient alien races. Thus, only an animal can utilize the Nemetrix, as users of higher intelligence are unable to use it themselves.
Characters.
The franchise has a variety of characters, humans, aliens, and magical characters mixed with the alien subject.
The Plumbers.
The Plumbers are an intergalactic policing counter-terrorist black ops organization, which deals with extraterrestrial, paranormal, and other situations by using many high-tech alien gadgets and weapons. The organization is composed of both human and alien members, each of whom possesses a special badge, and all badges bear the intergalactic peace symbol, a green hourglass shape. Later in Omniverse, the Plumber's symbol becomes a red dot. The badge is a communication device, creates a holographic map that can pinpoint the location of another plumber's badge, is a universal translator, enables access to extranet, which is an intergalactic version of the Internet. In the original series, the Earth's plumbers were a secret government organization that protected the general public from any alien threat. Their main base was located inside Mount Rushmore, where the null void projector and sub-energy were stored. Their main adversary was Vilgax. Max was a plumbers member in his youth. Most of the plumbers have disbanded. However, a few members, like Max and his relatives, remain in a semi-active capacity.
Forever Knights.
The Forever Knights are a secret British Society paramilitary group first formed during the Middle Ages that are dedicated to collect and study alien technology, usually by illegal means. Any aliens they capture along the way are dissected and studied, and any humans caught with them are immediately deemed worthless and disposed of. It is revealed in Ben 10, Ultimate Alien, that the reason for their actions is to combat Diagon, an entity from another dimension that nearly conquered the Earth in the Middle Ages were it not for the Forever Knights' immortal founder George. When George left them, the Forever Knights began to splinter under various self-titled Forever Kings who transformed their Knights' duty into a genocidal policy toward anything alien. The Forever Knights also armed themselves with a large variety of medieval weapons enhanced by alien technology, with lightsaber-like swords, lances, laser guns and electroshock rods being their most common ones.
Anodites.
Anodites are a humanoid race of energy beings from the planet Anodyne. They are based on a vital energy called mana, that is present in all living things and beings throughout the entire universe, known as the life source energy. For Anodites, this is a source of power, and they also have the ability to control it like magic, which is confirmed to be derived from mana. A key difference is that this form of magic, or at least magical rituals, relies much more on the use of spoken incantations, spellbooks, charms and talismans, and even celestial events, to achieve the magical and mystical effects the caster desires. Anodites manipulate this, and are able to create pink and magenta-colored shields and force fields of varying shapes and sizes for protection, and circular magenta shapes or globes that can be thrown to disable enemies. Anodites are quite free-spirited and most don't take life as seriously as most humans, to the point that some Anodites disregard the morality of their actions and would rather satisfy their own personal pleasures, but that does not stop them from helping others.
Osmosians.
Osmosians, a play on osmosis, are human-like aliens from the planet Osmos V. They have a unique ability to absorb matter and energy from nearly anything and use it in various ways. Osmosians can channel energy through their hands to manipulate technology, discharge it as an energy blast or use it to speed up cellular regeneration to increase their strength or recover from injuries at an accelerated rate. Osmosians are able to absorb and synthesize the mass, properties, and chemical makeup of matter to change their body into a living matter sharing these properties. The absorbed matter is as durable as the matter used to make it and can enhance their strength and durability. Osmosians can also extend their matter to anything they are touching. Osmosians can become mentally unstable if they absorb energy and cannot control it, becoming an addiction like a drug. Storing energy for long periods of time will worsen their instability. This addiction can also be caused when they feed on life force from other living beings, causing the Osmosian to become insatiable and instinctively seek out any possible source of energy to feed off of. As they can absorb life force, they can also absorb the DNA, receiving 10% of their abilities and powers, and making the Osmosians have occasional physical mutations.
Galvans.
Galvans, a play on galvanization, are small bipedal frog-like beings, originally from Galvan Prime. Currently they live in Galvan Mark II. Among the notable Galvans in the series, is Azimuth, who created the Omnitrix among many other technologies. And also Azimuth is considered the most intelligent being in the universe. The Galvan race is best known for being a highly intelligent race whose great amount of calculative and technical intellect allowed them to create almost anything from spare parts and deduce the function of any device at a glance. Their aging process making them look younger, Galvans also possess a secondary brain that serves for essential bodily functions like walking and breathing. The Galvans originally had no empire to speak of, were recognized from their skills and were employed by other species as industrial technicians, spies and saboteurs. But in time, keeping their projects top secret, they amassed their acquired knowledge to build a powerful empire of their own based on the technology they had kept from the rest of the universe. The Galvans had also played a role in the creation of Stonecht, as a form of practical joke, and the galvanic mechamorphs, the DNA source of Ben's upgrade form. The Galvan planet was believed to be put together by the Omnitrix in the original series. In second franchise Vilgax attacks, Galvans were forced to be put in control of Alien X. Paradox apparently told Ben to use it to unleash a force field and stop Vilgax.
Transports.
Each series has featured with some kind of main transportation. The wheeled motor vehicles, even appearing like normal cars, they are equipped with several plumbers technology, like a turbo engine, laser guns and also an autopilot. And they are often destroyed during the series. The Rust Bucket is an old RV resembling a 1973 GMC motorhome owned by Max Tennyson. And despite being old, and even have been destroyed a few times, Max has a great affection for it. Ship is a galvanic mechamorph, upgrade species, alien that has the ability to transform himself into fully operational technology he's once touched. He merged with a Forever Knight spaceship. From this event, he became the space transportation for Ben's team during the Season 3 of Ben 10, Alien Force. The Rust Bucket 3, a plumber's jet that Kevin has upgraded with alien tech, replaced him. Kevin's car is a muscle car resembling a Dodge Challenger armed with plumber technology as well as other various alien tech, including guns and off-road capabilities. It is the team's main transport in Ben 10, Alien Force and Ben 10, Ultimate Alien. It is damaged or destroyed a lot, mainly during fights or chase scenes, and Kevin is constantly busy repairing it.
Allusions.
The series often makes references and parodies to popular culture. Ben 10, Alien Force, Ben 10, Ultimate Alien.
Running gags.
Many characters prefer violent solutions rather than verbal ones, especially Kevin, who prefers to hit people before talking, but is stopped by Gwen, who is much more sensitive than him. Also, Ben prefers using a big, powerful alien in many situations, but ends up turning into another alien, especially Grey Matter, a small and less powerful genetic Galvan, and Namek, a humanoid insect. During the original series, Ben has a lack of hygiene, and this is briefly seen in the other series. It is sometimes mentioned that he rarely washes himself or never changes clothes, claiming the shirt that is commonly worn throughout the first series is the only shirt he used during the entire summer. Mr. Smoothie is a restaurant that serves mostly smoothies at which Ben and his friends are regular customers. The titular mascot is a cup with face and legs that holds a smaller cup. It serves the strangest assortment of flavors in its smoothies, made to order. Among the strange flavors which Ben drinks are chocolate and carrot, nectarine, mango and blueberry with extra echinacea, and all meat-flavored smoothies such as lamb and sardine. In Bellwood there are 23 Mr. Smoothie restaurants, and in some episodes some of them are destroyed because of Ben. Sumo Slammers is a large franchise spawning up to video games, trading card games, TV shows, movies, MP3 players, etc., which appears often in the Ben 10 series. The storyline of the franchise is similar to anime stories, although the details were not shown, but it tells about a warrior called Ishiyama and his archenemy called Kenko with the ability to shapeshift. Kenko has somehow joined to Ishiyama. Ben has been a huge fan since he was young, and is always trying to do something linked with it, such as knowing the news about them and pretending that he is fighting like them. Kevin's car is a muscle car armed with plumber technology as well as other various alien tech, including guns and off-road capabilities. As it is often damaged or destroyed, such as during fights or chase scenes, Kevin is constantly repairing it. The Rust Bucket 3 has also become a part of this running gag. In the episode Video Game, Kevin seems to think Ben's destruction of Will's car is not a good way of getting back at Harang for his rage focused at Ben. Due to Kevin's obsession with owning his car, it is likely a joke referencing that, since War of the Worlds, due to Ben's worldwide fame, he shows some typical celebrity behavior, where he is chased by fans and shows off, hoping that someone will notice and adore him. He constantly claims to have saved the universe.
Recurring elements. Technologies.
The advanced technologies shown are both alien and from Earth. In the series, they are divided in levels of complication, danger or sophistication. The levels known thus far are 1 to 20, although some technology is confirmed to be higher than level 20. Any tech above the allowed level used on this planet is considered illegal. Earth is a level 2 planet, something that is considered very inferior by other aliens, as it was stated once that Earth is at least 500 years away from being level 3. The Omnitrix and the Ultimateeks are level 20. Dwayne McDuffie describes some levels. Level 1 includes use and construction of simple tools, Level 2 includes remedial energy manipulation, the use of fire or the use of simple machines. Level 3 includes intermediate tool use and industrial organization combined with intermediate energy manipulation. Often information management technologies develop at Level 3. This is also the level at which many species accidentally kill themselves. Level 5 includes remedial manipulation of the fundamental force.
Null void.
The null void is a pocket dimension created by the Galvin as a penal colony. It is filled with floating rocks, with flying creatures as guards. It is shown to be worse than a normal prison, often scarring many people that went there, including Kevin, which can be argued to be the cause for his transition to a protagonist. It's also a place for people to start over in life. They are protected by the Guardians, creatures that protect powerless people in the null void from the more violent inmates. They first appeared in Back with a Vengeance on Ben 10. But then not revealed as Null Guardians. In the later episodes they were revealed.
ID mask.
ID masks are masks that can change someone's appearance holographically. They were often used by aliens to take forms of human beings, and are also used by plumbers' kids who are obviously part alien to hide their appearance and be able to roam freely on Earth. Even Kevin uses one after he turns into which he calls Monster.
Tekkadan robots.
Tekkadons are powerful war machines that were mass-produced by a weapons technology group known as the Weapon Masters of Tekkadon. They are armed with powerful lasers and nanite-based regenerative technologies, able to recreate itself in entirety from a single hand. The custom-made ones that are commissioned for a hit are stronger, and when one is destroyed, the other ones adapt from the defeated ones.
Time travel.
The entropy pump is a machine made of quartz crystals developed by Professor Paradox during the 1950s, as a time-traveling experiment. It was experimented in a lab when an assistant Hugo drew back and hit the controls, causing the machine to become a vacuum, pulling Paradox inside of it and hurling him into the event horizon of a virtual wormhole. The result powers Paradox's time-traveling project by generating enough energy to weaken the time-space continuum. Paradox, now with knowledge of the timeline, later explains to Ben the concept of cross-time. Cross-time is a reference to alternate future timelines, such as the timeline depicted in Ben 10,000, and Ken 10, where Kevin was still evil. Another cross-time future, depicted in Ben 10,000 Returns, presents Ben still with the Ultimatrix and using it to become an ultimate human.
Ascalon.
Ascalon is a sword-like weapon also created by Azimuth, with the power to tap into the forces of the universe itself. The sword is so powerful that it can destroy an entire planet, and can also cause madness to anyone who possesses it. Only the one who is dignified can have such power. That's why Azimuth gave Ascalon to an immortal human who is battling an extra-dimensional creature, knowing that only he needs such power to fight.
Films. Secret of the Omnitrix.
The first is a regular animated feature called Secret of the Omnitrix. A trailer of the film was released with the film Billy and Mandy, Wrath of the Spider Queen, and it aired August 10, 2007. The main plot was that during a fight with Dr. Anemo, Ben's Omnitrix accidentally sets off its self-destruct mode and Ben has to find the Omnitrix's creator to shut it down and stop the evil Vilgax.
Race Against Time.
The second is a live-action film titled Ben 10, Race Against Time, which aired November 21, 2007. It revolves around Ben, Gwen and Grandpa Max returning to their hometown of Bellwood and attempting to adjust to being normal again. Unfortunately, their lives are once again disrupted by a mysterious alien known as Eon, who has an unexpected connection to the Omnitrix. It premiered on Cartoon Network on November 21, 2007. The film was directed by Alex Winter. The film was nominated for 2 Visual Effects Society Awards, Outstanding Visual Effects in a Broadcast Miniseries, Movie or Special, Dinah Benedon, Evan Jacobs, Brent Young, Chris Chrisman. And Outstanding Animated Character in a Live-Action Broadcast Program or Commercial, Brent Young, Michael Smith.
Alien Swarm.
The third is a live-action film titled Ben 10, Alien Swarm, which aired November 25, 2009. It is about Ben, Gwen, Kevin and Grandpa Max. In the movie, the group stumbles upon a hive of alien nanobots using humans as host bodies in order to take over the world. The nanochips, or alien swarm, are controlled by a single consciousness and Ben and his friends must work together to stop them.
Destroy All Aliens.
A CGI animated movie was announced in mid-2011, titled Ben 10, Destroy All Aliens, and was released on March 11, 2012, Asia/Philippines, and on March 23, 2012, US. This film had previously been under the working title Ben 10, Alien Dimensions. The film was based on the original series, and featured the original voice cast. The CGI was animated by Tiny Island Productions, in Singapore.
Feature film adaptation.
On June 14, 2011, producer Joel Silver announced that he, along with Warner Brothers and Dark Castle Entertainment, would bring Ben 10 to the big screen. Albert Torres is attached to the project as screenwriter. Ryan Engel will work on Torres' script of the film. Additionally, Andrew Rona and Steve Richards are producing alongside Joel Silver, with Silver Pictures' own Alex Heineman and Sarah Mayer executive producing.
Ben 10/Generator Rex crossover.
During Cartoon Network's panel at 2011 San Diego Comic-Con, Ben 10 and Generator Rex creators Man of Action announced a crossover special between the Ben 10 and Generator Rex series titled Ben 10/Generator Rex, Heroes United. The 40-minute special aired on November 25, 2011 as a Generator Rex episode. A comic book based on the special titled, Hero x2 was released on November 30, 2011, as the 65th issue of DC Comics Cartoon Network, Action Pack.
Cast. Awards. Original Series. Race Against Time. Alien Force. Alien Swarm. Omniverse. Spin-off media. Merchandise.
Following the success of the Ben 10 animated TV series and films, various Ben 10 merchandise has been released for general sale. These items include comic books, card games such as Top Trumps, toys, video games, Lego construction sets, bedding, coloring books, footwear, the watches, the Omnitrix and the Ultramatrix, and coloring books. All three shows have also been released on DVD, and there are a number of video games.
Games.
The game franchise has many different formats. The video games franchise started on 2007 with the release of Protector of Earth. The latest video game, Ben 10, Omniverse, has been developed and released for the series for the Nintendo Wii and Wii U, Nintendo DS and 3DS, Microsoft Xbox 360 and Sony PlayStation 3 on November 13, 2012. The player can play as 13 playable alien heroes, including never-before-seen aliens like Blogs and Gravatak, as they work for either Ben or Rook to defeat the evil plans of a fierce villain, intent on destroying the world. The game is developed by Vicious Style Studios for all platforms except for the Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS versions, which are developed by First Playable Productions. The plot is that Ben's partner Rook goes back in time and meets an 11-year-old Ben. In the past, malware absorbs Rook's proto-tool and intends to destroy the Earth. The player is able to access both Bens. There are 8 games, including Omniverse. These are the games released: Ben 10, Protector of Earth, Ben 10, Alien Force, Ben 10 Alien Force, Vilgax Attacks, Ben 10 Alien Force, The Rise of Hex, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Cosmic Destruction, Ben 10, Galactic Racing, Ben 10, Omniverse, Ben 10, Omniverse 2.
Toy line.
Bandai has manufactured a massive amount of Ben 10 toys from the 4 series. The series received 3 McDonald's Happy Meal promotions internationally, as well as one in America in August 2011. The toys are colored translucent dolls of some Omnitrix Ultimatrix aliens and its ultimate forms, and inside there is a small photo of Ben. But the Alien Force toys are 4 rings, each one are an alien, Goop, Jetray, Alien X, Chromastone, and with features linked with their powers.
Comic books.
Developed by Jason Hall, Minji Kwon and Heroic Age. The Ben 10 comic revolves around Ben's summer vacation along with Gwen and their grandpa Max traveling in the Rust Bucket. The Ben 10, Alien Force comic revolves around Ben battling the hybrid and aliens along with Gwen and a reformed Kevin. The action packs are comics made by DC Comics and most of the time they have Ben 10 comics in them accompanied by either Samurai Jack, codename Kids Next Door, The Secret Saturdays, or Generator Rex. Some of the issues are connected with the franchise, while others are non-canon. In February 2013, IDW Publishing announced a partnership with Cartoon Network to produce comics based on its properties. Ben 10 was one of the titles announced to be published.
Ben 10 inches other media. Ben 10, Ultimate Challenge.
Ben 10, Ultimate Challenge is game show developed for television by United Kingdom-based produced company 2020, which airs on Cartoon Network in the United Kingdom, Spain, France, Italy, Netherlands, Bulgaria and the Nordic region, Hungary, Poland, Germany, Russia, Turkey, Chile and the Middle East. Ultimate Challenge is a trivia show tasking children with answering questions about all 3 series. Ultimate Challenge is executive produced by Daniel Marlowe and produced by Mandy Morris.
References in other shows.
Ben appeared on a parody of Benjamin Franklin, titled Ben 10 Franklin on the show MAD. Franklin was flying his kite when he was struck by a lightning bolt, gaining the Omnitrix. He used Swampfire to sign the Declaration of Independence, and Humagao to defeat the British, and to smash down a junior high school bully's house in revenge. He also used other aliens from Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, where they have his hair and glasses. Also in MAD, a reference to Alien Force was made with a parody of the movie Cowboys and Aliens, with many titles, Cowboys and Alien Force, Cowboys and Equestrians, and Cowboys and Silly Bands. The reference was made at the beginning, where Jake awakes with Ben on his side, but Jake wearing his Omnitrix, pants and hat. And also he used the Omnitrix to become an alien with the mix of Demonted, Chromastone and Way Big to smash a cowboy. In the South Park episode You're Getting Old, Cartman's mother mentions that Cartman gets upset when he does not get a present every time someone else gets a present at a party. One of the presents Cartman gets is a Ben 10 wrist rocket. The Robot Chicken episode Hurtled from a helicopter into a speeding train shows Ben on his 14th birthday party, where he complains about his gifts given by Azimuth. Ben 10 villains, such as the Forever Knight and a Nemo, make a brief cameo in the Secret Saturdays episode Van Rook's Apprentice. References to Galvan Prime and Wildvine's species also appear in Guess Who's Going to Be Dinner and Eterno respectively. Both references were made by the secret scientist Drive Arthur Beeman, the ufologist for the series.
Cartoon Network promotion. Titanic Kung Fu Bot Offensive.
The game features famous and notable Cartoon Network characters in a robot-type form: Big Chill, Swampfire, Adnalian, Kevin, Vilgax, Raph, Armadillo, Ultimate Humongao, Ultimate Echo and Ultimate Big Chill appear as playable characters. To promote the Ben 10/Generator Rex, Heroes United Special, Cartoon Network updated Titanic Kung Fu Bot Offensive, adding new bots, such as Shock Scratch, and Clockwork. Both are aliens accessible to Ben.
Cartoon Network Universe, Fusion Fall.
The character design for Ben Tennyson was changed when the original Ben 10 series ended and was replaced by Alien Force. In the game, he serves as a player guide offering guide-based missions and special items.
Cartoon Network Universe, Project Exonaut.
In another browser-based game entitled Cartoon Network Universe, Project Exonaut, Ben's aliens, alongside Gwen and Vilgax, appear as exosuits. The exosuits revolve around protecting the player and giving them unique abilities and powers. The planet Kyomayus, the home of one of Ben's aliens, Big Chill, and the Perfluxhedron are featured as battle arenas. Ultimate Kevin and Alien X are currently the new exosuits for Project Exonaut representing Ben 10. The new exosuits are featuring gold versions of Manus, Marsline, Mojo Jojo, Raph.
Cartoon Network, Punch Time Explosion.
Ben appears in the game as a playable character. Swampfire, Humagao, Big Chill and Amphibian, with Ultimate Humagao as a Punch Time, appear as Ben's playable aliens. Vilgax, the archenemy of Ben Tennyson, appears also as a playable character for the first time. Gwen and the Vriedel brothers are summons in the game. Additionally, Bellwood and the Null Void are included as battle arenas. Kevin also appears as a summon in the game, but is featured as a playable character on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and Wii versions, called Cartoon Network, Punch Time Explosion XL. Kevin in Ultimate Kevin form appears in the game as a boss. The young version of Ben appears in the console version of the game as a playable character.